Okay, all right, we are calling the Boardman Park and Rec District Board meeting to order at 6:09 p.m. And we are gonna do a roll call. So let's go online first. So who do we have online?
Looks like we've got Norma Ayala and Teco Villegas.
All right, so board member Norma Ayala and park employee Teco. And then Krista Price here.
Louise Compost. John Christie. George Scheimer.
Shelby Piercy. I'm Kelly Kim.
All right, and then who do we have for visitors tonight?
Brenda Flores. Marissa Potteries. Jennifer Layton.
Dina Layton. Nikki Harris Harper.
Okay. Alrighty, does the board have any objections or changes to the agenda? If not, I need a motion to approve it.
I motion to approve the agenda. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Is Norma unmuted?
Aye.
Okay, we've got you, Norma?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and take this time for public comment. So do we have out of the people that are here, are any of you interested in speaking tonight? Or are you here to in listen only mode?
No, we're here to speak.
Okay, and then Layton's?
Yes, we're here to speak.
Okay, same? Okay. Are you on duty?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to go ahead and go first?
No, I'm not here.
Oh, okay. All right. Anybody want to go first? Who arrived first? Layton's?
I think we.
We're kind of together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all here on the same subject.
Yes.
Okay, why don't you, somebody address the board then?
Well, my name is Brenda Flores. I just want to address the board on something I addressed earlier this year. Well, me and her currently banned from the board for life. So we just want to see if there's any way we could change that or to get an answer on what we could do to possibly change it.
Okay,
Yeah, my name is Marcia Rodriguez, and well, yeah, I want to change that as well. With I'm currently banned for life or work from red properties, and well, I definitely am interested in getting an answer today on because I've been here for other previous meetings as well, and really close. So I just am here for it.
okay.
Are we allowed to know why? Yeah, this is the situation where we were trespassed last year, 2 years ago.
Must have been
Yeah,
2 years.
2 years ago, I
ago.
want to say. It's been
2020.
July of 2021, Ben, thank you. It was a legal matter. And because of a legal matter, they were trespassed for life due to that. And then, we started the process of going through to figure out how long trespasses should last. And it's been stalemated is what it's been, because we haven't finished up a policy on that at that point.
Who made the decision to trespass them for life?
That was Ted.
Previous manager.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ted, okay.
Oh, sorry, previous managers, thank you.
Okay.
And we have not. I am trying to think back to when we made the decision, it was because we didn't have a policy in place that would justify our action one way or the other, correct?
We were looking at, okay, what type of legal actions determine how long the person should be trespassed. So,
And is there something, I can't remember, is there something in our handbook currently?
no.
No.
Currently we're not. And when, you know, and Ms. Flores, she contacted me, and so did the parole and probation contacted me on this. And I said I wouldn't lift the ban until we did have a policy. If you guys decide you want to lift it and override what management said, then I will go with that, but I wasn't gonna make that determination until we
Mhm.
had that. So,
So I'm just guessing, since you guys were banned, you guys had a legal sentence. Have you guys fulfilled that portion? And you gotta provide, you don't have to, just yes or no. I'll
Oh,
come to
yeah,
details.
we had a few things we have to get done. And I have not completed my probation, that's about it. I still have until June 1st of next year to complete my probation.
No, no, what else you did?
But I did do 160 hours of community service. I did get incarcerated again after, I got banned. So as part of my sentence for 20 days. And then I did complete an anger management course as well. And I haven't had any problems with anything ever since. Not even pulled over. Nothing.
She worked for me, and I've been hearing that people on the board think she hasn't changed. Well, she worked for me before all this shit stuff happened, and she's changed 100%. She's a different person, so I don't know. And she hasn't changed, but she's changed.
Um. Here's my question to you, George. So the board is a policy making and policy approving board, right? We're not here to be a judge and jury. Okay, so and you need to weigh in on this. My question is, does the ability to lift that trespassing fall on the board, or is it going to fall on you as the CEO of the park district because you are managing the district?
well, I think it's gonna be my call.
If we don't have a policy in place for it, my question is, are we supposed to be in on this decision in the first place? That's my question. What, do you understand where I'm coming from on this? Sort of, do you,
Yeah.
Reese? We're not here to be judges of whether somebody has or hasn't done their time. I don't think, we're here to put policies in place and to approve policies to be put in place or to be removed. We have neither right now.
Okay.
So I know that we have the right to trespass people, right? I mean, just like any
Yeah.
public place has the right to trespass somebody, right?
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here contemplating in my head whether the board has a say so in it to begin with.
What I need from the board, I want a policy.
We didn't make the ban, we didn't
No.
give the trespassing
No.
thing, so. I'm just questioning our scope of authority.
Well, I can tell you on this, but like I said, I want a policy put in place. And we were looking at individual laws and groups of laws and trying to figure out which one should be for how long. That's what we were looking at.
Correct.
But we never got to a conclusion.
Yeah, the last time we talked about this was that we were on the hold until we had a policy. That's what we discussed, to be able to make a decision off of it. Yeah, so.
So and I think John's right. Yeah, I mean, John did bring that up. Yes, that was what our consensus was when we met on this subject in, what was it, February, I think?
Okay, well, one thing I just wanted to say was, I completely understand where you're coming from or your choice. And I think that is fair. I just felt like the last time I didn't get a fair chance because someone took it into personal matter And I just don't find that fair how it got taken into personal matters, and how it got taken to, someone saying I did it to their niece. I should have never got it brought up because that doesn't matter who, I mean, you know, I'm being respectful, but it doesn't matter who
I
That gets into the.
I
ethics stuff there.
understand,
you know.
I understand
And I
your,
get the trespass, like, and I'll completely, if you guys tell me, you know, you have a 2-year ban, you have a 3-year ban, a 5-year ban, I would completely
right.
understand that, but it was like, I'm saying that was at the beginning of the year, and I just feel like I'm not getting taken serious because, or you're not taking me as an adult, like,
let me interrupt you real quick,
you know, I'm
Brenda.
sorry, but it's just been months and I.
Yeah, so,
nothing, you know?
so let's stick to the, how do I say that diplomatically? That I'm asking for you to trust that just because one board member may think one way, or if Luis is sitting here, not him, but if Luis was sitting here and he completely disagreed with me wholeheartedly and was outspoken about it in a meeting, that doesn't necessarily mean that the rest of the board agrees with that member. Okay, so trust that the board is being neutral and trust that that's why we're elected officials, is that you're hoping that the people that you have on this board are using their minds and their brains to think things out.
And
Okay,
I thank you for doing
that,
You know, and here's another point is that, this is really important that we set this right because this policy that we're gonna make is going to, this can't be, this isn't Brenda policy or Maritza policy. This is a policy that's gonna be standing for time.
No, and I understand.
And that's why,
So accept that.
that's why this is so
Well,
important.
it's because obviously what we did, well, I understand why we got trespassed, you know, what we did was not okay, and I will always stand on that, obviously, anywhere you go and fight, you're gonna get banned. You know?
right.
And that's what I'm saying, but it's just, I keep getting a no answer, or a, you know, we'll talk, we'll set something up, or, you know, we'll set up a pilot, but then it's like, when.
Yeah.
You know, and me personally, like, I just wanna be able to go to, like, I drive 30 minutes to just go work out, because I can't go to the gym here.
Right.
I wanna start a food truck business and I can't do events here because I'm banned, you know, and I understand what I did wasn't okay and I fully accept that, but it's just, you know, everybody gets second chances and I feel like maybe I should try to get mine.
Right.
She needs to
And
have,
I'd
she
like
needs
to
to have
add to that.
time, you know, that you guys are gonna.
So, yeah, and so here's the deal, you caught us. And this isn't an excuse, it's just a fact. You caught us at a bad time. We had transitioned from one CEO last year to another CEO, and now we're on another one. And so it was a little difficult to mix policies in with that during that time frame when we were under less than a year with a transition of 3 CEOs. So no, I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm just saying that it's a valid timing issue that
And
we
I'd
were
like
not
to
able to
add
work around.
What Brenda had said about, well, she's trying to, it's expand her business and everything, and I personally, what I've been through is I had to move away 3 hours and to feel somewhat normal again and feel like at a place where I'm welcome and definitely accepts me and not seen as a criminal. So, yeah, I feel remorse for what happened 2 years ago in January or July of 2021, and over time, of course, I reflected over that. I've been affected personally. And
Yeah,
yes.
just remember that there again, this is not, this is about us getting a policy in place. And I agree, having a time frame to which you would have a affirmative answer would be great. So we'll cover that in just a second. But regardless of what you hear come out of a board meeting, okay, we are being neutral board members in our thoughts. And this comes down to a policy. It has nothing to do with the personal acts that were.
And how long does the policy take to enforce or?
No, it's not about enforcing it. It's about coming to an agreement on what it should read And then voting on it to,
Is there
Have
like
it
a
be
certain
passed.
time frame on that? Or is it,
How long can it take? We'll see.
yeah, to make
Yeah,
a policy and how long to?
It just times, it just take up the time, now that, I imagine our next board meeting, we'll have a policy to present, I will have a policy, I'll work with my managers, work with the legal department, and we will make a policy, and so the next board meeting, we'll present it to the board.
And so that's a month,
It is a month.
1 month, and
Yep.
and after that, another month.
No, it should be when they get it,
George can get it to us ahead of time for review. It's with the meeting agenda,
Yep.
which is what this is for. Then, we
should
could
have enough
review
time
it.
to review it, and if there's any questions,
Yeah.
so, and it could be as early as that, that would be the earliest.
That'd be the earliest.
Yep.
Yeah.
We will vote on her to get reinstated.
The board
We'll
member.
vote on the process.
Yeah, the vote
The
on.
vote on the process, yeah.
All of them?
No,
Uh-huh.
we vote on the
The whole board.
policy.
Well, one of them is related to the victim. And she should excuse herself from the voting.
No,
That's not,
no.
It's not on.
It's not about the
It's
person,
not about
it's about the policy.
I'm talking about the reinstation.
No, that would be my.
That'd be his decision.
That's my decision.
Yeah.
Right, once they say yes, good policy, and then it comes your.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I understand.
yeah,
So,
yeah, that's why I said, we're not the jury here. This is about putting the policy in place so that he can act on it.
I couldn't find any policies either.
Correct.
So then I went to the city website to look for policies. And so I do have the penalty for, somebody that's doing those kind of things in the public areas within the city. And it's a $500 fine and possible a year in jail or both, but it doesn't state that they'll be trespassed for life or that they won't have access to those areas anymore.
well, that's
So-
public, that's public, and it's not private, so that's,
I
yeah,
didn't know how that applied when,
it's like your business.
right,
Same-
like I
same
said, I
concept.
didn't know how that applied since technically isn't the park funded by public money? And by our tax money, so I didn't know if like our city and county laws
That,
affect down here or not? Or if that's
No.
something that you would take into place when you're writing this new policy? Is what the policies are in place within the city?
we're gonna be, probably going off of what the SDAO, the Special Districts of Oregon recommends. And what other park districts.
We tie in with,
I couldn't find
I'm sure that-
anything, I spent hours today looking and I couldn't find anything. So
Yeah.
that was the only thing I could find about any kind of penalty or violation of and trespass was there.
Yeah,
So.
so,
It's
I mean,
not
it's
out
just, it's just like when you have someone that you guys trespass, there are times you're gonna lift that trespass, and there's other times you're not.
Mhm.
So, and and like I said, we'll look with the legal department, and that comes from SDAO. And they're the agency above us that give us direction. And we will look at other parks, their policies as well. Inform ours, that's what I do,
Okay.
so that's what I want,
is what it is.
yeah.
I mean-
Yeah.
Everybody makes this.
I think one of the things that I think hopefully everybody can hear here though is understand that like in the park and rec department is, since they've been able to come on board, one of the biggest things we're trying to do is create policy and procedures for everything.
Yeah.
Before this time. If you look at policy and procedures, are very limited. Lots of people, and thank you for all the hard work of the previous people that were on the park and the board and all those other things. But they didn't have a lot of policies and procedures, and one thing to keep situations like this easier for everybody, right, is to have that good policy and procedure. That's what we're trying to do, is trying to make a cleaner process for everybody. That way, it makes in essence, it's his job, like, so he can follow a process or a procedure easier. So we are working really hard to do that. We had different plans about a year and a half ago.
Yes.
And then changed with, like George came on board with this and so we're trying to move towards that. We don't lengthen anything
Yeah.
that we don't need to. We want to have a process that's clean that you guys understand in terms of, because this situation could be whatever, it's just a process and a procedure. So once we can get that law policy, it helps him do his job better.
You know, I talked to, the old lieutenant,
Regina, yes.
is there anything else, Curtis, that you want to present to the board?
Primarily, I'm just here to speak on their compliance today. Both Brenda and Marissa have had outstanding compliance on supervision. She said they were both completed all their requirements other than just the time of supervision. We're waiting on clarification saying I believe both of them are eligible for her discharge for being completed, and everything done. Marissa's done in November, Brenda's done in June. We've had 0 behavioral issues, no violations, no technical violations, new behavior violations, nothing at all. I wish all clients were that compliant. So they've truly been outstanding, and I look at both have expressed and shown, demonstrated their remorse. Wish they could have gone back and done this different. Both of them have repeatedly talked about kind of feeling ostracized from the community and how that's affected them. So I think it's something they've both seriously learned, and I would hope they get the chance, to prove that they're for change.
All right, thank you.
Also, I would hope there'd be an appeals process built into the policy for this, because this is effectively what they're trying to do is appeal this ban that they could have built into,
That's a good
or
idea.
give somebody a 3-year ban, they want to appeal, hey, give me 1 year based off
Yeah.
the circumstances.
That's a good idea.
Something to influence, you don't have to. Oh,
I
that
like
way.
it. I like
Yeah,
it.
that is a good idea.
I'll see what we can find on that too.
Thanks.
That's all we have for today.
All right,
For you guys.
thank you very much.
Thank you for coming in.
Set time for the next meeting.
It would be,
October 24th, 6 p.m.
Good job, Jen.
Thank you guys for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
You guys have a good rest of your night.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, minutes of previous board meetings, did everybody by chance, did you get a chance to read those by chance, or do you want to take a moment? Are you
I'll take
okay?
a quick read real quick.
All right. Norma, are you able to hear me? Did you get a chance to read your minutes? Is she unmuted? Is
What
she-
did
she just- Oh, did you have a chance to read through the board minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, are you okay, or do you have any questions on the previous minutes?
No, I'm good.
Okay. John, were you okay with everything?
I'm okay with them.
Okay,
Louise, I'll wait for Louise.
Yeah, I only did the first half.
okay, no worries,
You're
you're
good.
fine. I'm gonna read this letter real quick. Somebody, yeah, well, I just, mm.
Yeah. Did you give it to her first to review? Or did you want her first?
I'll read it and then, well, Thursday I'll give it to her. If it's that,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, that's
I'll
why I'm
explain
asking.
it to her.
This is just our normal audit we turn in,
Yeah.
isn't it?
We did get the draft, it came in this week.
Oh.
Yeah, they sent us a printed copy
All
instead of
right,
an
have these
electronic.
two, have they read it?
Mm-mm.
Go ahead. It's just telling that as under our duty, we're supposed to turn in an audit, which they're working on. All right, I would take a motion to approve the minutes of the previous board meetings, plural. One being, let's start with the workshop. No, yes, are they
We can do
separate?
both
or
at
do
the
we-
same
It's all
time.
together.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was at one.
Yeah.
Yep.
all right, so I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented, the previous minutes as presented.
Uh,
I'll second.
thank you, Norma.
Even online.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All righty, Shelby, we are gonna go into financial statements.
Hey, there's no
Let's
star on
just-
this one, Shelby, I'm just letting you know.
There's not, I know.
I
have nothing
Reminder
super
that because
important
of the
to
board
point out.
members, that we are required,
I
we
did
as a
debate,
board
though.
are
I was
required
like,
to
okay, where do I
turn
start
in a financial audit to the state of Oregon. And that's what we hired
Oh, okay, yeah,
Brett Lewis's company to turn in.
okay, I thought I had to read it specifically.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's just,
It's a normal thing. And that's,
if you could shred that for me, that'd be great. Okay, financial Shelby.
okay, so We have $1,626.50 in the rec center operations account. We are working on moving everything over to the park account so that we can transition and close that account.
What page are we on?
6.
Okay.
The general fund for the park has 43,955.59. The LGIP for the rec center, 1,846.21. And then total general fund or LGIP for the park, $1,999,968.04. We don't have any loan payments, GO bonds due until December and January.
Have you been doing your random audits of the petty cash? Oh, perfect. Good job.
Yep, we just did one last month.
So in equipment reserve, we have 84,750, and then are we transferring anything into that?
Not this year, one month.
So we're gonna be doing, I'm sorry to interrupt you, we're gonna be doing general to the park expansion, and then we're doing to debt service. And those are the only two we're transferring so
Yes.
far.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, next up is the statement of revenues and expenditures. So I'll go over the starred ones for John first. Total campground revenue, if you look this month or for August, was 102,885.78 compared to August of last year. It was 87,396.04. So that's a pretty big increase in jump. And then the total rec center revenue was up a little bit, and it's largely due to the adult couple memberships, which had $2,217.29 compared to August of last year was only $56.67. So we've had a big jump there. Contract revenue went up by, it went from 10,347.91 this year. Last year for August was only 6,284.50. That is largely due to the increase from the city for their contract.
Mhm.
And then total interest. So this month for August, we had $12,887.91. Last year, it was only $4,333.20. And that's largely because of the amount of funding that we currently have in the LGIP accounts.
Actually, if you look at our adult and youth programs along with the rentals.
Yeah, that one is up too.
Both of those two are up from last year.
Yes, so that would be
4,000.
mostly the jujitsu and the adult self-defense programs that have brought in a lot of money from that. So those two programs. So total revenue for this month was $163,266.39. Last year's August was $135,773.77.
You guys keep jumping up and down. That's a big increase for us.
Where's the bottom line, net
Okay,
revenue?
we'll get there.
We're getting there. We are getting there.
You're like celebrating too early.
No, we're getting there. It was a good month. So total personnel services, the increase that actually was due to payroll taxes. So our payroll taxes for August this year was $15,313.77. Last year it was $9,282.93. Our SUDA and work comp rates went up, unfortunately.
Okay.
This year compared to last year's month, 44,159.15. Last year was 66,541.47. So our total expenditures down as well, $148,300.02 compared to the 165,506.13.
I want you to notice the maintenance there, the second line.
I did.
And
I saw that.
Big difference.
And I didn't want to say anything, but I
Right.
can't imagine that that's not going to do anything but improve over
Yes.
the next year. Yeah.
Yeah, so our net revenue for August, 14,966.37.
We'll
Profit.
take it. We'll take it.
That is
Shelby.
a $45,000 difference from last year's
We
August.
will take it.
So
Also.
And okay for the little stars, X's.
Krista's the only one that didn't get us.
I told her,
We sat down and went through this and I'm going, cause you said that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going, we will do that before we do the packet next time.
Oh,
To
it's no
send
big
out.
deal. I was actually watching out for him, so we're good.
Made it easier for me too.
So nothing really big to start on the balance sheet. The payables that are there have already been paid. It's just for the end of the month, so.
Okay,
And then the unearned revenue, we're at 158,772.51. So that does include the memberships at the rec center and the campground revenue that we haven't earned yet. So it's just money kind of sitting there waiting. to
and
be
that's for
earned.
this year.
Yes, so far.
It's been
This
in
fiscal
there,
year.
we just can't take it yet.
Yep.
Claim it.
Yep,
It's there.
it's there, but it can't be claimed yet.
Okay.
So. Any questions on that one?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so this is the budget to actual, pages 11, 12, and 13. So this does include expenditures for September. It doesn't include the revenue yet, but it does have the expenditures so far for September. If you look at code number 4002, we budgeted that we were gonna bring in $10,000 off of cancellation fees for this fiscal year.
We're already,
We're up. Yes. We're up. And even with the change in policy back in July, we're still collecting just as much, if not more
Wow.
sometimes. Yes.
that's great then.
Yep. So we're at 15,369.89. So that's 5,369.89 over what we budgeted.
Nice.
Okay.
That's 2 months.
That's just July and August.
Not that we want people to cancel. I'm just
Right.
saying.
But,
But we're
still
filling-
making money, we're
making
making
money,
money off.
yeah.
Yes. And
So-
we're
and
still
no
filling.
complaints.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Mhm.
And we're still filling up just as fast as they're canceling, so. Next one, 4027, other grant income. So we budgeted 375. We've already brought in and this is the McCurd money that came in, 328,700,
How much of that is the McCurd one again?
all of it,
Oh, all of it. Okay.
all of it.
that would be the fish cleaning station, which will be here next,
Uh-huh.
in the next couple weeks.
And then the
And then
Project, which we did transfer that into the LGIP, so it's not being spent.
yeah.
What do you,
good.
when do you think that, like, what's that, I know that you said.
I'm in the process with the Corps of Engineers, I wrote the letter last week with them. And it's just process.
Okay, I didn't know, it's gonna take a little bit, but.
It will. But Oregon got theirs through really fast, so that's why I'm kind of hoping we can.
And theirs is subject to that as well.
Yes.
We're not, are we time,
They-
are we time bound on that?
Well, yes and no.
They can extend if we're in the
Yeah.
process,
Under it,
but we'll have to probably go to their meeting.
I have to
extend.
give quarterly reports to them on our progress where we're at.
Yeah.
So, and that's fine, and
That's not a big deal, yeah.
no, it's not, and they've been great to work with. That board is made up of 5 different members.
And
they've
those
been
are
good.
going over here.
Yes, the plan is to put them where the parking lot is, this side of the basketball courts.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
perfect.
Yeah, it'd be a great place.
It's unused anyway right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, good.
So the next one is item 4113, so that's. We budgeted $1,000 for this fiscal year, we're at 4,275.09.
Is it by chance just because it's reallocated and those would have been in family memberships anyway? Or,
Yes and no, because we're getting more memberships now that we actually have the adult couple membership.
that's what I wondered if
Yeah,
any of it was just because of the.
Yep.
So good.
And I know we're moving along, I wanted the corporate sponsors, I know you guys were having a plan of continue building that, I mean, it looks like we got $20,000 of it, we have
That was-
15, right?
Tillamook's, that was their last contribution that we had for them,
Yep.
so
That's it. I think that's our last one,
it is.
and so now we'll start phase with everybody.
Well, I mean, we'd be able to do it this fiscal year.
Yes.
That'd
That's
be
the
nice.
goal.
I mean, that helps.
Yep. So, I know, taking myself.
Yeah, I know you guys are working on
We're
the
working
process for it,
Yep.
yeah.
Donations? 4405?
Yes, BCBA. They gave us a donation of 25,000 for this year. That was towards recreation, correct?
It was they put it as a thank you for our work with the youth in
the community.
That was really nice of them.
Yep,
Okay,
yep. Um,
great.
and so we're tracking how we.
How we're
it's-
allocating it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, great.
I think
That's
that's probably similar to what we'll get each year.
nice.
I could just speak to
As long as we're using it towards those things, that's fantastic.
Yep, we'll be very minded.
Great.
Might want to make a note of that, though, that we probably won't be able to budget 27, probably budget 25 from that.
Well, I think it was, I don't remember what else was in that. And I'm not sure if ECD was actually.
Might be,
budgeted
it
for
might
them
be
or-
a thing
yeah,
to look at. I just,
we'll take a look.
All right, under requirements, are there any notations for that one that stand out?
There wasn't. So, bottom of page 13. If you look, because we've got that large amount from recurred, it looks like we've made a whole lot of money this year, so.
yeah.
243,156.39.
What's the real amount?
If you take away well, this doesn't have September's income in it, so it's gonna look like we're about 100,000 in the hole right now.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
14.
Page 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 is the park bank account activity. You guys can kind of peruse through it and see if there's anything that you have questions on.
Doctor power equipment?
That's the piece of equipment that we got for,
It's the brush hog.
brush hog.
Oh,
the push
perfect.
behind.
Okay. Yeah,
Mr. Oh,
One of our volunteers.
oh yeah, one of our volunteers, can't use names, I'm bad at that. One of our volunteers is using that. And he gets in the trees with that, along the trees here with it, cause where the cities can't get. Oh, it got really good back
For the.
Frisbee golf.
Yep.
Yeah.
let's go to community.
That is. It was formerly named Jive. It's our phone system.
Oh.
What
It's the
if,
telephones.
we paid the city of Boardman, let's. Our number is 16,874,
Would be.
What date?
Yeah.
sorry, 814.
16,874.
It's on page 16. Also, top.
5106.
Yeah.
Is that for our utilities?
Yep.
Probably our water?
That's exactly what that is.
Okay.
Water, sewer, power.
Oh, Big Columbia bus is on there. That's a big one.
Yeah, that was the July busing for the Fantastic Kids at Teen Summer.
Gotcha. There is treasury, of course, yeah.
6-0.
Appreciate that. At least you already knew that, didn't you? Oh, yeah.
All right. 18 through 21, same type of deal?
Yep, same type of deal. This is for the pool. I will point out on 14, the negative deposit, it's because of the way the system does when you transfer cash from one cash account to another. It puts it in the deposit column when it's really disbursement.
Oh,
So
Alrighty.
okay, next up is the cash basis stats for the park, for the campground. So in August, the cash we brought in was 444,000. I can't. $468. 400, right? 44,168. We had 1,695 nights stayed in the park. Of that, 1,640 were the RV sites, 31 was overflow, and 24 was tents.
that's a crazy increase, like, you know what I mean, like the top,
Mhm.
like from
It is.
like even
Like
say
the highest
20
ever.
20 to 21. I mean, this just blows our mind. I know that we
Yeah.
increased our prices a little bit and that helps, and then
Yeah, no, that's huge.
If things were to stay on track on how much, you just imagine what that's gonna do. I mean, if you look at the campsite rented, we're not even we're not even close to our highs. The highs for July was in 2017, 18, and in
Yeah.
August is 14, 15 for the highs. And if you look at the types we rented, we're up 88 totals for July and 51
Right, I mean,
in August. It's just, it's
Yeah.
crazy. There are people that just come here to camp out.
well,
So, and everything, the regular sites, the overflow and the tents, everything was up. So.
The
compared to
scans in
previous-
August were huge.
right? If you compare them to the year before, so July's scans are up 1,000 from the previous year. And then 800, almost 800
August, yeah,
for August.
For August, it's 703.
700, yep.
that's a lot considering it's August and people are normally out and about.
In July, it was 1,000
Yeah.
compared to the previous year. So it's awesome.
Alrighty,
So
do,
so that's that.
I would need a motion to approve the financials as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the financials as presented.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
I. Just price the what you get.
Hey, Norma?
Yes.
Would you like to have a yay or a nay on approving the financials?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's a yes for all of us. Approved, old business district policy update discussion, George.
Okay, so this month, we're working on them. We're not ready to present. Okay, it's just. I know, so
No,
next month,
time goes by quick.
it does, yeah, I'm telling you I'll tell you how quick it goes.
Yeah,
I just saw you guys yesterday as a board, it seems like. But we'll have, we'll definitely have this policy ready to go for next month.
well, and I was just gonna say, not to revisit that, but nobody can sit there and say to us, how long is this gonna take? We'll get it done when we get it done.
I mean, it's something they want.
It's a valid
It's something
question, but it doesn't mean
to-
we have to come up with a time, is what I'm getting at.
Well, it was something, even when I was on the board, it got put away.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have been. It should have gotten.
I
taken care of.
agree. I think that's something you need to work on.
Yeah,
For life.
but I got all kinds of
It gets
policies.
away because of the fact that we were changing management and it falls on you now that you're a CEO versus a board member,
Yeah.
because it doesn't fall on us.
No.
So that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
We're working on a lot of policy, I can tell you that.
I just want to say, I do appreciate the fact that making the point, and that Kristen did a nice job of really emphasizing to them, but really to everybody, reminding, like, we're not decision makers individually of anything. We are yes or yeas or nays with policies and procedures that are happening, and then you get to follow all those pieces. So
Yep.
I am happy in the aspect that I know that we're going to, just not this policy, but I know we're gonna finish some of the ones that we've needed for a while.
Yeah.
And we will get, I imagine the next 4 months are gonna look a lot different.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
So
agree.
it's,
Just have to
that's
give George
nice.
time to do his job.
Yep, he'll get
Yeah.
there.
And we gave you 2 weeks, so it's
All right, pool deck resurfacing. Oh, saw that horrible bid that.
Oh, yes, okay, so the previous bid that we got was $77,962.
Oh, well, it's not as bad as I thought that.
Okay, so, well, it went up because when they came and we did a visit with them, they came through. And we did a walkthrough at the pool. And we got looking at things and I want to do a marble pool deck. So it looks marble.
Mhm.
Okay, well, how much that was gonna cost, that. Okay. The reason this has gone up is we looked at what we could do to make the room, multi-purpose room. It's off the pool. Not just be gray floor, which it is right now. And so he suggested doing a flake with an epoxy on it, and it's a sparkly thing. Well, it's $10,000 to do that. in just that room, and I double checked that with them
Wait a minute, in what room?
in where we do our parties and
Yeah.
trainings.
Why is that? What are we doing with that?
Well, we gotta resurface it, cause it's just as bad as the pool deck. So,
That's the
Okay,
one we talked about last,
So-
after it was done, it needs to be
yeah,
Redone.
yeah.
fixed.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so-
So that's.
we
what's
had
in
kids
this
in
bid?
there,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
That's
it's in the bid, the original bid, it's in there, that's included in it.
okay,
But this part is to add on more of a good look in it. And
okay.
that was. When he showed me what he could do, I was going, yeah, let's look at that, let's do it. So that's why this is come up, and it is, and I double checked that to verify. It's
Okay.
not adding on any cost to this part, it is this part,
So we've already approved you for the first bid.
yes. Yeah. The problem is, we don't have it in our budget for this foul on that. So we may not be able to do that extra 10,000 piece on this. We may have to keep just the original, and it's gonna be not as pretty, it'll look good. That's not gonna be.
I'm gonna ask a question as you're going to this. Why can't we just transfer funds from an area to that? I'm
We-
saying that statement
We can,
because we have to approve, do that,
Yes.
right?
yes,
That's what you're,
that is a possibility, and that's the only way,
that's the only way.
okay? Unless I go get funds
Does
from a
this-
grant.
Does this fall under one of those where you have to get like 3 bids because it's so much money?
It's over 10,000.
So where are the other bids? Are they even higher? Is this the lowest bid?
You know what? We didn't even bid
Yes,
this extra,
not on the extra,
not the extra. We originally did this bid.
yes.
Okay, so he was the lowest of. So do we have to
He
rebid it
wasn't-
is what I'm asking.
We don't have to pick the lowest.
Oh,
okay.
you just have to get 3 bids.
You gotta
Yeah.
have 3.
But now that you've added things, do we have to go get new bids is what I'm asking? Now that you've added things to the spec of the job? Okay,
That's a good question.
find out, because if
I-
you need to, then cover your Heine,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Second, okay,
How soon do they need an answer? Or is it just,
The time bound,
yeah,
cause sometimes
September 13th is when we start. We got another month.
so. What
Yeah.
are we looking at? Like John said, if we pull $10,000 from another area. Then do we have some safe room in other areas?
Yes, so actually within the capital outlay line, there is a spot that says for future projects. We could pull from that GL code and put it towards this.
but we'd have to put that on our agenda, then be able to vote specifically on that, correct?
Actually, no,
Okay.
because the capital outlay on the state budget is just one line.
Well, okay.
The GL code breakdown is our internal breakdown.
And he's gonna go out of budget anyway, and then she just fixes it. Is that kind of how it happens?
For the
And you
codes,
basically
yes,
say, "Hey,
unless,
we've
unless
gone
we're
over this, we
over on
have
the
to fix
state,
it."
yeah.
Okay.
So
what do you need us to do right now?
I think he wants a motion to approve the new bid as long as it's within the guidelines of bidding.
Well, we
Rules and
can't unless
regulations.
we have
I think you better wait until you get the other quotes.
which we could do in October.
Yeah,
Still have enough
we'll do
time.
that.
You don't make those decisions, though. You make those decisions.
Mhm.
So we can't say you have the authority to go spend up to this much money,
Well.
It'd be
here's-
under a motion.
is what I'm saying.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Good.
As long as you get your appropriate
Technically,
mix.
you can do that,
Yeah.
Do it that way.
as long, and then you still to cover
You,
what you need to, you can get the other bids,
Right.
but we have a motion of money. Like, this is the most amount of money.
Right.
But if it's,
To cover the
that makes sense, Louise?
decking,
yeah,
the
I get it,
room,
yeah.
and the.
So we're just gonna
aesthetic.
motion for this amount and he's gonna go get
That you're
3
going.
bids still.
And I might be able to find it cheaper to do that room for that less amount, possibly. The difference between the two, and they're gonna get this contract, and the other would get the other contract, it says. If we find
That
some,
first contract includes the room already in it,
oh, that's true,
so
so it might be a price cheaper than.
I'm just saying not to exceed.
Not
Yeah,
to
that's
exceed.
not
what I'm
Yep,
saying.
Yep, okay.
I motion to approve $88,625. $88,625,000 with 23 cents. For
Bring
the
it the pool deck and
full deck and the multi-purpose room.
Without exceeding that amount.
Second that.
All in favor?
I,
I should just
Aye.
90,000.
Norma?
Sorry, it takes me a minute to take my mute off. I,
That's okay. Do you have any comment, dear?
no, because we already talked about this before, so I'm good.
Okay, so that's a yay, not to exceed this amount, right?
Now, I will show you, this is what they're kind of presenting to us to kind of come up with a design of coloring. We know we're gonna go blue and gray, and what they're recommending is something, this is just coloring, this is not what it's gonna look like. They're presenting, they wanted us to skip through the make some type of design through it. They're talking about like, over here,
With entry points, basically.
just kind of just make some type of design where you're going through the pool with your
the gray or whatever.
the gray, and you know, this is the opposite, and it's the same pattern, it's just the opposite, the blues on the thing and the grays on the outside.
Interesting. It's like a path.
It could be a path.
Looks like.
We could, yep, I mean, that's how I just drew it up that way. It could be whatever we come up with in that sense. So I'm not paying for anyone to come up with a design on that. It's not gonna be that hard. Originally, it was just gonna be gray around it with blue highlight section, just a strip of blue around it. And he said, let's be creative with this and make this look sharp. And so he says that's not gonna make a difference in the paint, amount of paint we use. That's all fine. We can make this as creative as we want.
I think that's a decision for you to decide what you want.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm just showing you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have your not to exceed amount.
Yep.
Make sure you cover your bidding.
Yep.
We don't have any new business that I'm aware. So let's move right into the district reports.
Good.
You have.
Okay, so if you haven't read the report, fireworks and night out display went really well. Got lots of good compliments about the way the day use park looked. We were talking about the pool
A
deck.
ton of people, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a great show, great
Yeah.
show. And we've met with
I'm stealing a drink.
Go for it.
hey, let's say I got another lemonade if you want.
I go grab it. Continue.
Get it?
It's in my office.
Sorry about that, guys.
All right.
Company,
It's
please
a,
tell me those are like for big, massive commercial curtains.
we've got, we need to do is the ones that are on this side. We have a problem where it looks like we're closed, even with the sign and everything. With these, it's this kind that we have on there, but they're shut. Because the sun's so blaring.
Right,
So we want to put a mesh type where people can still see in and we can see out, but it's still blocking the sun. So we're looking at those for the booth. The pool has an area. There's one area that it hits the pool that it's causing algae grow.
do you not have a neon sign out here that says open?
It does.
It does, and it gets turned on, but it's.
During the daylight,
Yeah.
when that sunset, you can't tell. And that has been one of the complaints I'm hearing is that people don't know that we're open in there during the daytime on that. Cause they block the sun with those things. So we're looking at another ones on that. And then, so the one at the pool, and then we'll put shades in the multi-purpose room. One that we're gonna resurface. We wanna put shades in that. Okay.
For privacy as well, right?
Yes.
It's wide open.
You're
Like,
just a
so if you're
glass
trying to
wall.
have a party, like,
Exactly.
we can't, it's,
Yep.
What
And then,
about? Oh, go ahead.
and then on the, and then those, the ones that are facing the south wall. We want a heavier. Clothing pipe.
What's being worked out for the Halloween trunk or treat?
Okay, the Halloween haunt, we're still gonna do just like we did last year. We're gonna use the softball field, kind of contain a little better. It's not gonna be, it's gonna be the haunted. Maze thing. And then we're gonna put, for the trunk and tree climb, we're actually gonna put a maze up at using
hay bales and, pallets,
Okay,
up at the rec center in the fenced area.
okay.
And we'll
The
make,
little kids.
So you've coordinated
Yes.
with,
we'll take on that, yep,
you've coordinated with the chamber?
the chamber.
Thank
Yep.
you.
So that's a good connection.
Oh,
I'm glad
yeah,
we're doing
yeah,
that.
yeah, we were, yeah,
Yeah, we're not, can I talk? Sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
We're not doing the vendors and the kid corner down here like we did last year.
Mhm.
We're just doing the Halloween haunt for the older
Is that
kids.
gonna be the same day,
No,
No,
we're,
it'd be the
it's the
weekend.
the
weekend.
weekend before?
Yeah, we'll do the Friday and Saturday down here,
Yep.
and then we'll have the trunk and treat the same.
Are you
day.
gonna try to get some, groups to volunteer time and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
we've already made contact with the high school
Drama.
staff, drama club,
Yep.
and they,
That would be really good.
yeah,
Okay.
trying to make connections that way.
I'm obviously always thinking about, getting some hours for kids, so.
You bet.
Cool thing to do.
Yeah. So then, we got the fall harvest, and I'm tired of, I'm going on my thing. I don't think we should be doing crafts all the time. I have a hard time with that. So, one of the things I've seen that I like is the Floors Lava activity, and well, we've gotten these pieces that you can jump, but piece to piece.
Oh, I'm very aware, George.
You're
Very
aware?
aware. My house, yeah.
Okay, because we all did that kind of stuff when we were
Yeah,
kids.
but now
so
they
that-
make actually.
make
Oh, I know, we
pieces.
have, we have it in our house. Really,
Good, so we're doing that, and that's what we'll do.
So
if
if you
we
get
do
bored.
booths.
You get bored.
Come on over.
Why are we hiring a marketing associate?
Okay, good question. So. One of the things that's come up is we need to get us out there. Okay, we need to, I'm not, we need someone that can do the flyers and such. We don't have someone that can market kind of thing. Do the Facebook such. So we looked at what we had. We didn't have, the sports coordinator, the rec coordinator. Previously, we had the rec coordinator, the assistant, and then an aide. And those three people were the one doing everything.
Mhm.
So we revamped, went through the budget and stuff. And we made 2 part-time positions with the sports coordinator and the marketing position. Marketing position, to me, I really think this is gonna be a big plus for us.
Is it part-time?
Everything's starting out as part-time. It's the only way it's gonna work.
Okay.
For us. And then, 25 to 30 hours a week. And we're not. This is, we had a real discussion on this, on how much, and because we can't start them up at that upper, in that echelon. We got other people that have been working here that aren't in there. So we're working to get this in the right range here. So,
Is this a production? This is not a facing forward person representing the district. This is a production person, correct? Like person who is producing things?
oh, definitely. And there'll be,
Not a person that's forward facing to the community.
no, that's me.
Yes,
That's me.
okay.
They're gonna help me. They're gonna help the park. They're gonna help the rec center and in our marketing aspect on this.
As long as it's production.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of that.
Yeah, that's what.
I don't want any more community forward facing positions open.
Yep. That's.
That's my opinion, sorry.
And the only thing that they would be doing is, and this would be for all three of the coordinators, would be going to our fair like positions. Like this weekend, Keiko went to our rec manager went to the Good Shepherd health fair that they had at Hermiston High School. Those people would be going that, and that's what the former rec coordinator, assistant, and aide, they would have been going to that.
No, I get that. I understand that Facebook takes a lot of time, posting to the website takes a lot of time, doing flyers takes a lot of time, the design for those.
Yeah.
As long as it's part-time, as long as it's a production type of
Yep.
position.
That's the idea.
All right, got it.
Okay.
Campground,
I'll see, yes, we're definitely doing the backgrounds, and even the volunteers. Right, even the assistant volunteers, I don't care who it is, we're doing backgrounds because I'm not having a fiasco.
This is
Yeah.
campground.
Oh, campground.
Right here.
That's okay, that's all right,
Okay.
So you see our openings on the HR.
yeah.
So what can we do? Okay, campground. So as you can read, we're booked. We're doing good. We will probably be, I know today they were busy booking up long-term stays. You can see the percentages of the stay rate or occupancy rate. Previously, we were in the nineties, so it slowed down a little bit here in August and September slows down a little bit more. We slowed down our booth down to 8.7. So. And you can see the problem we had with the pressure. This is crazy. I mean, Luis can relate to this. When you fix a problem by we've been low on pressure. So fixing the dry spots, we put in more water sprinklers, right? In the past, that's how it was fixed. Well, the real problem was the pump. And now that we fixed the pump, all these sprinklers are just spraying out water and campers are getting hit and people are saying about that. So there will be a full, before we blow out, we're gonna fix all that. So we can get everything in line. So, any questions about maintenance?
No, recreation,
Okay. Jump over to that one. Um. Anything on the recreation report?
not really.
Oh, you see everything we've done, we've talked already about that, recreation, talk about the resurfacing. Go back to hit clock. I haven't had time to go back. I have been swamped. I will be going back to hit class because I liked it. It was a good workout. And if you want a good workout, that is a good one. And I mean, I was sore, but that's 20.
Um, I don't know what this is, and I'm just asking, what is LOTERA?
Korea.
Yeah,
That was one of the recreation bingo. It's like a bingo.
Oh.
It's a Spanish version,
okay.
Mexican version of bingo.
Okay.
So we do that at the senior center on the 1st of the month.
Nice, that's fun.
You guys cover the Little Mermaid?
Why should we?
Ah,
I really don't know.
I have no idea. I don't know what the plans look
I
like.
doubt that it is covered. Anyway, so
Calendar of events, what is the report to city council?
they've asked me to go give a report to the city
What?
council about what's happening for the park and rec.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can speak from just a general sense. Mr. Hammond is going around as several more groups will be going and speaking. We'll talk about community and how to get community connected. I actually think it's a really positive, especially for for us to do that.
And he really really ties in with the rec center and with our youth. He wants a big tie-in. You get people, you get what we can do to help out.
I'm sending kids there. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
He's doing a newsletter for the community for the month of the city.
Can you tell me what is our, the long-term rentals, that's a max of 30-day long-term? We can
That's-
only rent for 30 days, right?
But
This is how that works is this, the Corps of Engineers gives you 14 nights. In 2 weeks, you can only stay 2 nights, or 2 weeks, okay? And then you have to vacate, right? But there's a loophole. So they pay for 14 nights. But they get the rest of the month. For free. So if they decide,
We can do that.
yep, that's the
Okay.
loophole, that's what we've been doing, that's all the way back. That's what it's been doing, ever since they
So
started doing
starting
long-term.
October 1st, and
Yeah.
that goes through when, February?
March.
March.
Oh, it
It's
goes
our,
through March.
yeah, our winter stay. It's our winter season.
that's what makes it so like, want people wanting to be here too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd really like to cut it off March 1st, but there's just still too many people that are doing it, so.
yeah, okay,
We I can't promise that we'll have enough campers coming in.
Yeah.
Short term.
yeah, okay. Looks great. Does the board have any other items, other business?
Oh, there is one more page. And, this is just the calendar, the schedule for the pool. For, when we start October 2nd. We're gonna have the 5:30 time. and with, Mr. Board was here to see this. Because this is what he's been wanting, the 5:30 start time. I will be doing, some advertisement on that a little better on Facebook for people that follow us on that. But we've been putting it out. The lap swim adult time in the mornings, it's gonna be open. And I cannot tell you how many people come up and they're excited about going again.
Yeah,
So
people like that.
it'll be
Thank you
interesting.
for that.
I'll be there 5:30 on Monday to see how many people we actually have.
And we do have that posted to our website, the change. When does that take effect?
Next week.
Next week, I'll have to double check.
Okay.
I'll have to double check that.
So, just a thought. On Sundays, I see that you guys don't have anything open. And in the winter, in the soccer is really big. So
Not a
just in the.
facility, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm just
can't-
saying, if you guys, because they used to do it they used to scrimmage there in the past, but you make good money. I donate anywhere from $700 to $1,200 to the school for the season, for letting me use their facility.
I will guess it. The problem is that we've had windows broken. And that's the problem with having the soccer
We
inside.
have a lot of basketball use, don't we?
Mhm.
We have tons of basketball use in the gym during that
Yes.
time.
On Sundays?
Still have volleyball.
I don't know about Sundays. There's nobody there.
Oh, it's closed on
It's
Sunday.
closed on
Yeah,
Sundays.
well,
Yeah.
just in case, you guys ever wanted to use something.
I
Indoor
get
is
it,
Really
I
big in
get
this
it.
area.
You know, I can tell that, we've got a list of projects and one of the projects is to do, I mean, it ties in with Norman Flash.
Mhm.
One with Luke, even down at OPC. There's a great, I can, hey, my goal is to turn that practice field into an indoor.
I know, I wish we had one. Wish we
That-
had one that was made of that
Cause
same
that
material
would
that
take
the
the,
softball thing is.
turf. Would work perfect in an indoor in there. So that's what I'm trying to work on.
Has anybody proposed that to BCDA, I wonder? An indoor soccer field?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I know.
when they did the survey a couple of years ago now, that was one of the big,
Yeah,
that was the top thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
I could see it would be well
That would be
used,
awesome here.
even
So-
from the
So
other
we,
counties. they would
now that I
use it.
know where we can put it, just gotta get OPC on board and.
Yeah.
And we can get. Yep. So that's one of the big projects. The other one, the sheriff's office, and where the sheriff office keeps their boat. It's right where they're working on the roads, down there on the other side of,
Oh, yeah,
Vector
Burntfield.
control.
yeah. And so they've asked if we can store it down here. And my thoughts going, why don't we have a boat storage unit? And so I'm writing up a thing for, the Corps of Engineers, see if we can put a boat storage down here. Since we're gonna be fixing this area right here, we could add that and do a rental on that.
Like right here in the parking lot.
Well, right back behind, fence line goes down, it curves and then it keeps going. So on this parking lot, on this side,
Mhm.
back toward us a little bit. We could, that whole back against the fence could all be rentals, but start out. Put some in there because the sheriff's office has a boat and the fire department now has. So they need places to store it. So
Gotcha.
I talked to Sheriff Bowles the other day about it, getting dimensions of how big they would need and such. So,
One question I had was, have you guys noticed that like sick and like mosquitoes and stuff down here? Because
it
it
happened.
feels like and I know it's a moot point here in like 3 weeks, it's not gonna be anything because the weather should change, but
Last
I gotta,
weekend,
it has to be bad for them. Vector controls kind of in the.
yep, last weekend, that argument.
Are they gonna come spray?
I'm
They've
assuming,
been down spraying and putting out traps. They said it had something to do with the increase in the water level.
Yeah.
That it made a whole bunch of.
I imagine here, it would be horrible.
Yeah.
we had to get more mosquito
I
spray
was at the
for our
city park
workers.
the other night and I was just like, it was all over.
I was at the soccer field,
It was bad.
we were getting eaten alive there. I put on my sweater.
Motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:08.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Thanks, Dor.